I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face and the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes.
Hey, where'd you go, man? You're acting like really sketchy right now. I don't.
All alone, just the two of us. I would hold you close to
I ain't
me.
paying you to be Michael Myers. I'm playing Michael Myers. If them kids come around and see us dressed up in the same shit, you're gonna ruin the whole effect.
Did you really think that acid was gonna be with you? But you never.
You guys, what's up, you guys? We are here for episode 14 of Welcome to Haddonfield. And you guys, we have an amazing guest on tonight. I really can't believe it. I can't believe you guys know how much I love Halloween and how diehard I am. We've been talking about this for a while now, and it's finally happening. It's finally happening. So before we get into everything, you all can kind of say what's up to all you guys in the chat real fast. I see all you guys in the chat, man. What's up, DJ, Kim, Russell, Jason? You guys are all excited. I'm just excited as you guys, man. I cannot wait. Sound it. But you guys, it is time. There's no more waiting. We have Miss Sandy Johnson, Judith Myers herself, here with us, rocking out on Welcome to Haddonfield. What is up?
Hey there. How y'all doing tonight?
And I'm doing fine. So, are you having a great night? Looks like you're chilling out, rocking out.
Yep, just hanging out.
Yeah, so I'm happy to have you. Like I told you behind the scenes, I'm so honored to have you here. Judith Myers, this is where it all started for me. You know, you're Michael's first victim, but you're not just his first victim. You're also my first guest on Welcome to Haddonfield, and a lot of my supporters are so excited, to ask you questions along with myself. So, I'm super excited.
All right. Well, I'm excited too. Thanks for inviting me.
Definitely, I'm super happy to have you on. So, to kind of get into everything, I want you guys to know if you have questions for Sandy, and I know it's a lot of people in the chat. Definitely go the super chat option if you have something you just need to ask her, because I know a lot of you guys are super excited like myself. And yeah, you guys, I see everyone in the chat. I see Miss Erica. I see Sounded. I see all you guys, man. But so to get into these questions, Miss Sandy, I just been dying to ask this. How did you get into acting? I want to know, like, how did you get into acting and just branching over to a horror film and just getting into all of that?
I started acting in middle school. I was in drama, dance production, play production. When I got out of high school and got into college, I continued acting classes, and I went to some of the studios for different types of classes that they, offered on the weekends and things. And then when I had an agent, a modeling agent. So I started out as a model, and then I transitioned to Playboy. And then after Playboy, I was with their agency, and that's when I started acting professionally.
Wow, that's some journey and just, leading into acting. So another thing that I know about you is that you're actually a teacher, or you were a teacher. So how was that transition from an actress into going into the teaching world?
Well, I left California. I lost both of my parents, so I was rather depressed, and I went back home, which was Texas, to be with my sisters, and it was a hard time. So I was trying to figure out what to do, and I decided to become a teacher, and I thought about lots of different types of teaching I could do, and I ended up being a science teacher for special needs children.
Yeah.
And it was a very good choice.
Yeah, it seems like, just a crazy journey. You look like a great person. I actually got to meet you in person before. I was like, oh my God, at Whorehound. And yeah, so it was crazy. And that actually leads to my next question. I know your first convention was the 40th anniversary of Halloween up in South Pasadena. So what would you say that experience was, just jumping into the horror convention world?
Wow. It was definitely memorable. I had never been to any type of a horror convention, Comic-Con or anything like that. So I really didn't know what to expect. So my new agent at the time said, well, we'll do one and just see what you think. So we arrived, and he had everything all set up for me, and they opened the doors, and it was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The fans were going, of course, all directions, because all of the Halloween franchises were there, and I'm sure they all have their favorites.
Yeah.
But I was just amazed that I had this immediately long line, just as far as I could see. And I thought, oh my gosh, all these people want to meet me.
Yeah.
So it was amazing. And they were so kind, so nice, very humble. So it was actually a wonderful experience. I had the best time. I met so many nice fans and people. And when it was over, my agent said, well, Sandy, what did you think? Would you like to do it again? And I said, hell yeah.
Yeah. I'm seeing you on so many convention lists. Like, I'm like, oh, there she is again. There she is again. I'm like, oh yeah, she definitely loves it. I can definitely tell. And like I said, when I actually met you, the line behind me was crazy. I was like, what is going on? People had Judith Myers tombstones to get signed. I'm like, this is crazy. So yeah, I'm happy that you enjoy that.
Yeah, thanks. Oh yeah, it's so fun. This time of year is hard for me because I always have to wait. Everybody seems to book me around Halloween for obvious reasons. Yeah. So it's a long wait.
Yeah, and I don't want to kind of force you to answer anything, but I know that the Halloween convention is coming up, and I just want to say I'm going, and I hope to see you there again.
Cool, that would be awesome.
Yes. So I want to kind of highlight this. Xander, he's a young supporter of my channel. He's a kid. He's a big Halloween fan. He's just jumping in the chat saying, "Hey, Brandon, it's Xander. How's it going?" What's up, Xander, man?
Xander.
Yeah, Xander. Oh, you look, Xander, she knows you.
I not only know him, I love him.
Yes, I love Xander too. He's amazing, man. Every time I see him at conventions, he comes up to me. We're like big Halloween fans, so this is big for us to have you on. So,
well, that's cool. Hey, Xander, love you, buddy.
Definitely. We got DJ. What is up, man? It's a lot of people in the chat. I'm so sorry. It's a lot of people. Hey, Kim. But to kind of get into another question, how did you get the role of being Judith Myers, the role that just is such a big highlight for you? How did you get that role?
Well, I was called out from the Playboy agency on an interview for a film, and it was for a horror film at the time. I believe it was called The Babysitter Murders. And I went to one of the houses where they were actually filming Halloween in another room, and they had me read some different parts. They had me scream.
Yeah.
And I was there 30 minutes or so. And then, of course, I thanked them for having me for the interview. And I believe the next day, the agency called me and said that I had been cast as Judith Myers. So wow. I was very excited about that.
Yeah, that's super crazy because I always say this: you are where it started. You know that opening kill, and I know a lot of people. Some people actually don't know this. Some people do. Some people might not. But that's actually Deborah Hill, correct? That is crazy.
Yeah, it
That
was
is so
Deborah Hill.
crazy.
Yeah, I didn't see the young Michael at all while we were filming. I saw he was there, but of course we don't make any contact because he
Yeah.
was too young to be
Hmm.
involved with stabbing me.
Yeah.
So Deborah Hill is actually was actually the one.
Yeah, that's crazy because it fitted so perfect. You would have thought that was actually a kid doing that, but so something else I've heard, with Halloween '78 was that your scene was actually filmed last. Is that correct? The Judith
Yeah,
scene?
yes, that's true. They the house, the Myers house,
Hmm.
was very dilapidated when they first rented it. And so, of course, 40 years later, or how many every year, 20 years, whenever Michael comes back, the house is dilapidated.
Yeah.
So they used that dilapidated house first to shoot everything where it's old and worn out. And
Yeah.
then in order to do my scene, then they fixed it up and made it look nice, like someone actually lived in it.
Yeah.
That so therefore it was the first scene in the movie, but last scene to be shot.
So, okay, with your role as Judith Myers and everything, you being, with Playboy, would you say that kind of helped you with that scene? With everything that came about with that scene?
Absolutely. I had worked with some fabulous photographers while
Yeah.
I was working for Playboy. So I had learned a lot from those shoots and how to be at ease with it and just stay focused on, what we're doing and why we're doing it. So yes, I would say having been in Playboy and having that
Yeah.
experience definitely helped me with Halloween as well as my other roles.
Yeah, because that scene was very intense. A lot of people, when they talk about Halloween, the main thing I hear about is that scene. How it all just starts with, kid Michael going in the house, and then everything leads up the upstairs, and he grab, and with the mask getting picked up and everything. Did they? I want to say, did they put that on a camera when it has like the eye cuts and everything? How did that go?
I think that they picked up the mask, but some of it I think is digital. So I
Yeah.
think maybe they enhanced some of it, but they did pick up the mask, I think, and look through it.
Mhm.
But I think at some point it might have been digitized.
Yeah, because it was like when you kind of sit there and look at it, it looks like it's behind a camera, and it also looks like it's digital when you like kind of sit there and look at it. So, okay, do you have any like great memories on the scene of being involved with Halloween? I know you had great actors like Jamie Lee Curtis, you had Donald Pleasance, you had John Carpenter. I know you have some great memories on set of that movie.
Well, I suppose one of my best memories was with
Hmm.
uh, Carpenter and Deborah Hill when we were rehearsing. It was really fun
Yeah.
watching the two of them rehearse and act out what they wanted us to do with the staging and everything.
Hmm.
So I think it was such an opportunity to work with. He was obviously a very young director, but very good. And so to have that opportunity to work with someone who was so good was, yes, very special.
Yeah, that's super cool. That's super cool. We We have Jamie in the chat saying, I'm going to Scarefest in October and you're a guest on the list, Sandy. She decided to meet you. She'll stop by and say hello.
Awesome. I will look forward to that.
Definitely. And Brooke also saying she met you in Nashville. A lot of us met Sandy, man. That
Cool.
is crazy. That's super cool. If you guys have questions, definitely put them in the chat. But also, I want to hop over to something else with 78. How do you feel when you hear Michael Myers and everything like that? What do you think of him as a character? Because you got, like I said, once again, you were where it started. So when you first seen, you know, a kid in a clown costume approaching you, did you know anything was going to happen afterwards? Did you know what you were getting into with the character of Michael Myers?
I did not. Of course, I
Mhm.
knew that I was going to be killed,
Yeah.
but I did not know the story. then just like now, a lot of times the story is kept quiet
Yeah.
for obvious reasons. So when people go to the theater, they don't already know what's going on. So I did not know the rest of the story. So when I went to the premiere and actually saw the film, it like scared the heck out of me because I wasn't really expecting him to go ahead and grow up and become a mass murderer kind of guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a surprise for me in the theater too.
Yeah, that's a crazy way to kind of find out, go to like the premiere and everything, and you kind of see your scene. It's like, so this is what I was filming. This is what was going on with the story. Yeah, that's crazy. So okay, Halloween '78 started years. It was years ago, 1978. How does it feel, to have this still be something in 2023? It's like, it's, in my opinion, it's bigger than ever now. Like, with conventions going on and like collectibles and all of this crazy jazz. How do you feel about that? And you're like, the start of it. So,
well, I'm obviously very proud to have been the one selected to play Judith Myers. I think it is an important role. It is the very beginning of the very first film of a tremendous franchise.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that makes it an important scene. I mean, it starts out how many ever thousands of hours after that. It's like the first couple minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's an important thing, and I'm thrilled to have been there. And I just, Michael's my brother, so
Yeah.
I definitely have a love for the character and certain feelings about what makes his character unique and why people love it. And so I'm very excited to have that position as the one who played Judith.
Yeah, that's crazy. You just, you got the role and you were the opening kill, and now you're just so known for that. Michael Myers' sister. It's it's crazy having you on the stream and talking to you and asking you questions, because I started watching Halloween probably when I was about like 8 years old. My grandmother actually put me on a Halloween, which is crazy. My grandmother put me onto it, and that scene, your scene, was just so highlighted in my life. When I first seen it, I'm just like, I'm a kid. I know I'm a kid. I'm supposed to be watching Spider-Man but no, I'm watching Halloween, and just sitting there watching it, I'm like, this is crazy. It's just crazy just seeing that, and to have you on a stream is it's amazing. I just wanted to say that it's crazy.
Well, thank you.
Definitely. I'm pretty sure a lot of people in chat feel the same way, because it's, we go from watching you all in Halloween to meeting you all, and probably get lucky enough to do what I'm doing right now. So it's crazy. My friend Sounded said, how does it feel to be the first person to be the first death that started a franchise?
Yeah, I mean, that to be the first kill obviously is wow. Yeah, I mean, it's the thing that starts it off for sure. And with Halloween, I mean, it's bam, right off the bat. And it's so unexpected that, I mean, you just see the trick-or-treaters and, young couple downstairs making out, upstairs, nothing sinister at all.
Yeah.
And then it's just very playful. And then bam, you get murdered. So I mean, it definitely starts off the franchise for sure with the kills. So I think to be the stepping stone into the rest of the story is amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. Yes, it is. Something else I've heard. 'Cause I've heard a lot of things with Halloween. I heard that basically, some of the cast members actually helping pick up like leaves and stuff like. Is that true?
Yes.
Wow.
I mean, it was like his first film and very low budget. So since he was supposed to be filming in Haddonfield and not Pasadena, California, there weren't, yellow and orange leaves everywhere. So in order to make it look as though it were in a whole different place with a different climate, then they had to scatter leaves and do all kinds of stuff. And of course the house, they were fixing up the house and getting things ready, and he couldn't afford to
Yeah.
hire people to do all that. So
Yeah.
his friends definitely were helping scatter the big leaves of,
Mhm.
you know, fake leaves and all that stuff. So yeah, his friends definitely helped.
Oh, that's super cool. Yeah, I've heard that for years. I'm like, this is the perfect time to ask. You were there, so that's crazy. That's crazy that they actually, helped and everyone came together and made it work. That's super cool. Um, John saying, what is Sandy's favorite film in a franchise? How many times has she seen the original film? Oh man. Oh man.
Probably not as much as him, but I have seen it probably 15 times at least.
15.
And
Yeah.
15. And my favorite film in the franchise, well, of course, the original is my favorite. My second favorite is probably the second one.
Yeah.
And my third favorite is 2018. Those are my
Yeah.
favorites.
Yeah, I love 2018. So mine are 78 first, 2018 second, and third is Halloween Kills.
Cool.
And yeah, and speaking of this trilogy that just came out, I have to ask you this. How do you feel about, I know you just said you like 2018, but how did you feel about this trilogy that David Gordon Green did? How did you feel about it?
There were parts of it I liked. I liked where he went back in time and kind of reminisced on some of the characters and the things that had happened in 1978 in that film. The one thing I didn't care much for, and this is speaking from a sister,
Yeah. Hmm.
I thought that Michael's character was changed quite a bit
Yeah.
from the original films, where he was very selective
Yeah.
about who he killed, and you never really knew
Yeah.
or when it was going to happen. And sometimes you thought it was going to happen, and then he just walked by
Yeah.
and nothing happened. And I think that's the thing I loved about his character, is you just never knew. That
Yeah.
was probably scary for me. And in the latest ones, it just seemed like he killed everybody.
Yeah.
So that's a different character for me. So that's why they're not my favorite. Just because of that, I felt that they changed Michael a lot.
Yeah.
From the original Michael that I really loved, the one that's so unpredictable.
Yeah, I agree. Kind of made him more brutal in the newer ones, and he just kind of killed everyone that stood in front of him. So yeah, I agree.
Like that. That's just not. I prefer more psychological type of horror. So when you just don't know, they just play with your mind.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because when you look at Halloween 1978 and you kind of go to the newer ones, I feel like 78. It made him more creepier. Him stalking, and half of the movie you didn't even see him. You just saw coveralls and hands, and then when you finally you finally see him, it's like, oh, is this a man? Or you see his hands and you're like, yeah, this is a man. But you look at his face, you're like, it's confusing, man. So I definitely agree with you. Kenyatta said, did she have nightmares after filming? After filming that scene, did you have nightmares?
No, I didn't.
So she did not. She was a trooper, Kenyatta. I would have had nightmares because seeing a blade in my face like that. I mean, yeah. So, have you seen the recent Halloween Ends?
I have, yes. I've seen them all. Except I have not seen the Rob Zombie versions, but I've seen all the others.
So, okay, do you feel that story completed this franchise, this whole universe that you're from? Do you feel like Halloween Ends gave gave that franchise its flowers? Do you feel like it did justice in your opinion?
I don't know. I just I mean, that's a hard one. I'm going to make fans mad.
It's okay. It's okay.
It was definitely not my favorite for some of the same reasons that I talked about. I just felt like Michael lost his character. The things about Michael that made him a unique character kind of went away. And then I mean, I guess carrying him through the streets and grinding him up and all that, I guess that's an end
Yeah.
to him. He's not
Yeah.
coming back from
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah.
some of it seemed more like a diary to
Yeah.
me, like the
Yeah.
reading of the diary. And not that there's anything wrong with that, maybe just a little too much of it for me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not that it's a bad film. It just wasn't it wasn't my favorite for sure.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely not on my favorite. So you're not alone. It's okay. But what you just said, I've heard so much, opinion on this film and speculation, but what you said actually just made me think, saying it's like a diary, that someone's reading from a diary. It actually does. When I just sat there and thought about it, it's like someone's like revealing stuff out of someone's diary. That's a great way to put it. When you think about it, you got the new character Corey, and he's like the new Michael. So I never heard that. That's cool. Miss Erica said, "Would love to have you, Sandy, in more horror movies." Which leads to my next question: if you could be in another horror movie besides the iconic Halloween, which franchise would you pick? We got Nightmare on Elm Street, Scream, anyone. Which one would you pick if you could?
Probably Scream.
Scream. So, what makes you say Scream?
I just like it. I love
Yeah.
the mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially the original was just very scary.
Yeah.
So probably Scream. Of course, I am going to be in some more horror movies, so that's the good news.
Yeah. So, okay, the new horror movies you have, can you talk about them, or you got to keep it like new projects? Matter of fact, just in general, do you have anything new for Sandy Johnson that's coming?
I do. I have several films, one of which I'm going to be shooting the same weekend that I'm at Spookala in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be shooting one then. I have another one that I'm pretty sure I have the part, and I'm very excited about that one. It's a vampire film.
Ooh.
Then I've got one I need to shoot in California.
Oh man.
And possibly one in New Zealand. So things are definitely it's indie, so it takes time to get the funds and all of that. But I'm a patient person.
That's super cool. That's super cool. I'm pretty sure the people that came and reached out to you are super honored to have you. It's Judith Myers. It's like you're iconic. You're a part of an iconic franchise. So actually, Xander has a question saying that what is Sandy's favorite horror franchise other than Halloween?
Well, that would probably be Scream. But if we go back in time, I really love Psycho is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And The Shining is another.
Oh, I
one.
love The Shining.
Yeah, those are some of my favorites.
So, what was actually your first horror movie you watched?
My first horror movie was one that my dad took me to when I was just a little one, and we went to see The Blob.
The Blob.
At the drive-in in Oklahoma in a horrible storm. And I was scared out of my mind. So I just kept thinking that blob was coming through the window where in the old drive-ins, the thing stuck on the window, the speaker. So there was that crack there, and it was certainly big enough for the blob to come through.
Yeah. I've been freaked out after seeing that.
So that was my first horror film, and I just remember thinking, oh my God, that blob is going to come through that crack in the window.
Yeah, I would have been freaked out. So, another question with Halloween. I love Jamie Lee Curtis. Obviously, you gotta love Jamie Lee Curtis. So, did you ever cross? I know sometimes when people film, they don't even see other actors on set. Did you ever cross paths with Jamie Lee Curtis or talk to her?
I did. She was actually on the set when I was filming, and we were in the trailer together, and she was actually helping me clean off the blood and get ready for the second take.
Wow, that is crazy. That is freaking crazy. So besides acting and everything, what are some things you like to do? Like me, I love traveling. I cannot get enough of traveling. So what are things you like to do besides, acting and teaching, just like another hobby?
I do love to travel. I have
Yeah.
always loved to travel. So, in fact, one of the cons I'm going to this year is in Germany. So
Wow.
I am very excited about that to be able to go to Germany. A couple of years ago, I went to For the Love of Horror in
Hmm.
UK, and that was amazing. So I
Yeah.
definitely do love to travel. I love to
Mhm.
garden. I like to sew. I've been sewing since I was 5.
Yeah. I never could sew. I remember once I tried to get, the little needle and go in and out. It doesn't work for me. So that's cool.
Yeah, so so I like to do arts and crafts, and of course now I'm making these Judith Myers hairbrushes and the mask and everything with the blood splatter, and those are a lot of fun because each one's unique, and I'm taking my time with them to make them nice. So yeah, I just love to be creative with things.
Yeah, I actually came across these. I think I came across them on Facebook. I'm like, this is so creative. I had to pull the pictures up because when you see that scene, you see Judith brushing the hair, and that mask was on the floor, and then the blood splatter right here was just super creative. So I definitely need this. I definitely need this in the collection. A part of. I don't know if you can see him behind me, but yeah, I'm a huge Halloween collector. I have to have this. When I saw it was super cool.
Yeah,
I
I see a lot of stuff back there.
yeah. I I also seen that you actually are like huge into doing like little events for Halloween. Like I wanna say it's like a replica Myers house down south, from what I'm
Oh,
understanding.
okay. Yeah, the Myers House,
Mhm.
North Carolina.
Yeah.
Uh, it is um, it is an exact replica on the outside, actually built from the plans from the original Myers house. The inside is a bit different, but it has the staircase, and some things are
Mhm.
very similar. It has a large movie screen outside,
Mhm.
and so Kenny, the owner, he does filmings, films, shows films of
Yeah.
different horror films and invites people out. And it's
Yeah.
a great venue. It's an amazing venue, really. He's very nice. I
Mhm.
went out for a few days, and my husband and I actually stayed in Judith's room.
Wow, that's cool.
I got to sign the windowsill in
Mhm.
her room.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's an amazing place. And he does other things. He travels around and does like original locations. I forget what some of them are, but I know he takes other horror movies and goes to where they were filmed,
Yeah.
and he rents it and he shows the film there, and people come and stay, and
Yeah.
very cool events. I think it's called On Set Cinema or something like that.
Yeah, I have to check that out because when I seen that picture, I think it was like a picture of you and like Michael on a porch, and
Right.
I've done the family location videos in South Pasadena, and it looks, you know, legit like the house. I'm like, this is crazy. Then I kind of looked into it, and I found out it was like down south. You were doing like they were doing like screenings of the film. I would love to do that. That'd be super cool.
Yeah, it's a very cool house. It even
Yeah.
has the clothesline outside.
Wow, I didn't see the clothesline. So did he build that like himself? Like with, I mean, obviously other people. Like, did he like just decide to make that?
He did. He's a huge horror fan,
Wow.
and he was able to get the blueprints from the original, and he had the builder in North Carolina use those prints to build the house. And other than the inside, like I said, it was an old house. I don't even think the
Yeah.
original had a restroom in it. So obviously, if you're going to live in it, it needed
Yeah.
some updating. But it's an amazing house from the outside. It's just amazing.
Yeah. He's definitely the biggest fan. He built the whole Myers house. Like that's crazy. Jason said, "Thank you, Sandy, for visiting with us. I still remember vividly, 10 years of age, seeing Halloween in the theater with my dad. I was so scared, but it's one of my fondest memories with my dad."
Ah, well, that's cool. I'm glad your dad introduced you to it, and my dad is the one that introduced me to horror, so I get
Yeah.
that connection, and it's cool.
Yeah, that's super cool. Russell said, "Welcome to I Like Scary, Sandy. So awesome to have you here."
Thank
Definitely, I
you.
still can't believe this. So, to kind of get into some more of your career and everything, just being in that role, did you have to do anything to prepare to get you mentally ready for that role, or did you just go in and just knock it out?
I didn't know a whole lot about the role before I got there.
Yeah,
So a lot of it was actually preparing that day, going through the rehearsals, um, learning how to fall off the chair
yeah,
without getting hurt,
hmm,
and learning how to do the blood pellets.
yeah,
So a lot of it was actually a preparation on site because I really didn't have a lot of information about
mhm,
what he was looking for.
yeah. And then the blood pellets. So I actually heard that too. So when you filmed that scene, is it true that with the blood pellets you kind of like smashed them against your chest?
Yeah,
Wow.
they were attached to my
Yeah,
palms. And so when he stabs me, I do this
yeah.
and they break and blood goes everywhere.
That is, see, Hollywood magic. I would have thought, Deborah probably had like a little bottle or something, kind of threw it up like, here you go, Sandy, go, go. Not pellets, but that's super smart. That's super smart. So, Adam actually has a question saying, Sandy, what are your memories of the actor who played Judith's boyfriend?
We had a lot of fun. Uh, Kyle, David Kyle is his name. We had a lot of fun on set, being very playful and just making out and just
Yeah,
doing exactly what John and Deborah told us to do to make it fun and lighthearted. I did not see him again until Halloween 40. When
yeah.
I went back for that, he was there and he had a table next to me. And it was actually the first convention he had done
Wow.
since the film. So we had a very nice visit. It turned out he did not care much for cons, so I don't
Yeah,
think he's done anymore. But it was great to visit with him. And he had written a book, and so he signed it for me. But
yeah.
yeah, it was amazing.
That's cool. That's super cool. Um, Another question, Turbo saying, Sandy, well, I'm pretty sure it's Michael. Basically asking who was your favorite horror killer. I'm pretty sure it's Michael.
It's got to be Michael.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And another thing, so with the new trilogy, I'm pretty sure. Did they ever reach out to you for that film, like that trilogy? When they kind of announced it, they ever reach out to you when it came to that?
They reached out to me because in order for them to use my scene in 2018, they
Yeah,
had to
yeah,
have my signature. And
yeah,
so, of course, that's right at the time when I was found again.
yeah.
So my agent, they contacted my agent the minute he announced that he had found me to
Hmm.
see if I would sign off on the 78 clip being in the
Yeah.
2018 film. So yeah, they did reach out to me, get permission to do that.
Yeah, that right there, like how you just said, they kind of had to reach out to you for that clip. Just says it all. Like that is probably like the most iconic clip, and they had to reach out to you for that. That's crazy. That is crazy. Um, so if you could have been in that, like another Halloween film besides 78 out of the franchise, which one would you want to be in? And there's some great ones. So,
Yeah, I would have wanted to be the granddaughter, Jamie Lee's granddaughter
oh
in
yeah.
2018. I love that role.
Yeah, I love Allison because with her character, I saw so much of like Lori, like in her, like she was like growing into being like the next final girl, and she just I don't know, she like replicated Lori so well. They blended perfectly, almost like you would think that that's really her granddaughter, but
Right.
it kind of confused me with at the end where it was like she wasn't the final girl. I thought she was gonna be like the new generation. I just knew that was gonna happen, and it didn't happen. So I'm like, wow, that's crazy. But yeah,
Right.
that's a cool
Yeah.
role.
Yeah, that's a very cool role, and she's a great actress.
Have you ever like got to meet her or anything?
I met her briefly at the
Wow.
premiere
Yeah.
after we went to the premiere to see 2018, and then all of the cast went to a private event. And so I did get to meet with her briefly there.
Wow. So how is it, just meeting Andy? Is she like cool? She looks cool, like when you see her on social media and stuff like that.
Yeah, she was very nice. She's beautiful,
Yeah.
very sweet. And like I said, we talked a couple minutes, and of course she was very busy visiting with everyone. But yeah, she was very nice.
So, okay, with the premiere and everything, how was that experience? From the one you had in '78, I'm pretty sure it was kind of different all the way to. So, how was that?
Wow, it was crazy. It was like paparazzi everywhere. So when they had the limos, that lane kind of blocked off, so people couldn't approach from either side while you were kind of in queue to get out of the limo. And so the minute our door came up there and they opened it and let us out, I mean, there were like, oh my gosh, so many cameras and people just screaming, Sandy, look here, look here, everybody wanting you to look at their camera.
Yeah.
And of course, we went right from there, right onto the red carpet. And it was just amazing. I mean, the enthusiasm of the people and the people yelling and all the flash bulbs.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my gosh, adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
So, and of course, the watching what used to be the Grauman's Theater. Now I forget, they call it something else, but it was the Grauman's for my whole life.
Yeah.
And so when we went in to see that, of course, seeing a film in there is always iconic. So to have such a great seat, and I think Jamie Lee was just, a few people down from us, and the whole cast was around us. And of course, she went down and spoke a little bit. And then we all watched the film on the big screen, and it was amazing.
Man, I could imagine, just because I've seen so many pictures, on the red carpet and people taking pictures and everything. So I could just imagine, like what you said was perfectly what I thought, the big flashes and everything. So that's crazy. Have you ever, like talked to Nick Castle? I'm pretty sure you talked to Nick Castle, but on a set for '78, do you have any memories with him?
I don't. I was pretty much busy with, just David Kyle, my boyfriend, and Carpenter and Deborah Hill. Yeah, I would say we spent most of the day together. So I really didn't. I'm assuming Nick was probably there because they were good friends. So I'm assuming he was probably there helping. But I don't really have any memories of him from that day. Now I have memories of him now. He's a wonderful guy.
Yeah.
I love visiting him with cons, and a lot of times in the evening, of course, a lot of us will get together and have drinks or whatever. So that's really fun. And then when we do the professional photo shoots while we're waiting for people, we get to, talk and visit back there. And that's always fun. So yeah, he's super nice guy.
Yeah. The convention I actually met you at, I want to say it was like James, you, Courtney, Nick. There's a lot of you guys there. It was a lot of you guys there. So I know it's fun after the convention is over. You guys probably go out to eat and chill and catch up. So that sounds fun. And,
Definitely is.
So speaking of conventions, I know you probably signed some crazy stuff because, like I told you, I was in your line and someone behind me had a tombstone. Like one of the big tombstones. So what is the craziest thing you've had to sign at a convention?
Well, let's see. I had a lady come up to me at Monster. What's the name of that? Monster. It's in South Carolina. No, it's in North Carolina.
Monster Mania?
No, it's something else.
Palooza?
No. Anyway, it's in North Carolina. And she came up to me and she had on fishnet stockings.
Yeah.
And she said, "Would you sign my leg? I want to get it tattooed."
Wow.
So she borrowed my scissors. She ripped open her stocking and I signed her leg so she could go get it tattooed. So that's probably the craziest thing I've done.
I can't even, be mad at her because that's something I would do. You got Judith Myers tattooed on you, her signature. That's crazy. But
Yeah.
I would have been like, wow, she just ripped the stock. Like, come on, let's get it done. Turbo said, Sandy, have you watched Scream 6? If so, did you like it?
Actually, I haven't.
Mm-hmm.
I am super busy with so much going on. We're building a
Yeah.
house and I'm trying to work on these
Mhm.
brushes and masks and stuff.
Yeah.
I have not seen it. We finally did watch Scream 2.
Wow.
So
Did you
I'm
like
trying to
it?
take them in order.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't realize how many horror movies there are to watch if
Yeah.
you have not watched them for the last 40 years.
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
trying to catch up. So, yeah, I haven't, but I will get there. 3 is next.
So Scream 6 is actually good. It's
Is it?
actually, yeah, out the franchise, it's actually good. I enjoyed it. It's probably my second favorite.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So did you like Scream 2?
Not all that much.
Yeah.
It was okay, but it was nowhere near as good as 1, of course. So,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to give up. Because I
Yeah.
know there's some other good ones. I've heard people say that there are.
Yeah. It is actually some good ones. Now 3, that's going to be a very interesting one for you to watch. 3, but yeah, they're actually good. Scream is a very consistent franchise, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite masks for sure.
So, okay, which mask do you think is better? I have to ask you this. I know everyone in the chat wants to know: Ghostface or Michael? Which mask? If you had to pick one, you got to pick one, Sandy. Ghostface or Michael? Which one would you pick?
It would have to be Michael 78. That's my favorite mask. That's the
Okay.
scariest one to me.
Yeah, actually, I agree. The 78 mask is it's crazy. It's not too much detail. It's just kind of basic, and it kind of is based off shadows and everything with the face and everything. So that's very scary, and that kind of goes to my next question. Did you ever get to see Michael in his get-up on set? Besides, baby Michael or Deborah Hill with the clown costume, you ever got to see the coveralls, the mask?
No, because they were already finished shooting all of that before I did my scene. Remember, they shot mine last.
Oh yeah. That's crazy. Imagine just seeing that on set. That'll be crazy. So I don't know if you can probably remember this, but when that scene happened with Judith, did Deborah Hill actually have the clown mask on while she was doing this? I know they didn't show like complete hand. It wasn't too much of seeing the whole get up of Deborah in that scene. Do you remember if she had the clown mask on while filming that?
I don't think so. No, she just picked it up because she wanted to be able to see what she was doing.
See, that would have made it even scarier for me. I don't know why. I would have rather just had the clown mask on. That would have been scary.
Yeah, well, it was plenty scary. It was dark, and I had to sit there waiting for them to come upstairs to kill me. And it was a house, not a set. Mm-hmm. So it was plenty scary.
Yeah, I definitely can imagine just being up there waiting, like, okay, just come upstairs and kill me. So I'm just trying to sit here and think and put myself in your shoes when you're over there, brushing your hair and everything. So when they say action, how did you feel just knowing, okay, someone's about to come around this corner, we're finna have to get this job done? Like, were you like kind of nervous or anything? Or was it just like...
Well, remember that scene was all one shot.
Yeah.
So they actually started at the street.
Yeah.
And all of that is all done together. Mm-hmm. So there really wasn't a time where it stopped and then started again for me. Yeah. I was just really waiting for them to continue coming up the stairs with the camera and continue with me. So it's one of the reasons why it's such an important shot. I mean, they use it at film courses and stuff because mm-hmm. it was such an original and one of the first times they used a Panaglide camera to do all of that in one shot. So my take one go actually downstairs whenever
Wow.
the cameras first starts coming up from the street. I
Hmm.
mean, that was my take go. So
Yeah. So yeah, I just kind of learned something new. I never knew that. Like seriously, I never knew that from the moment Michael is. I mean, I understand. You can edit it out, crop it and stuff, but I never knew it was a consistent shot like of them doing the whole thing from you going upstairs. I thought it would at least stop like where he gets the mask, but that is crazy. So you're just sitting up there waiting, like in the house, waiting for that to go. You kind of had to do what you had to do. Deborah came. That's crazy.
yeah, it's a pretty interesting shot. It was a difficult shot, of course, because so much was going on and
Hmm.
you didn't want things to show that shouldn't be in the shot, and which
Yeah,
is hard to do in confined quarters.
yeah.
So yeah, there was a lot to pay attention to.
So you pretty much once you got off the couch, you went upstairs and you're just listening to drawers open, footsteps going up the stairs. Oh, that is crazy right there.
Yep, I could hear them coming up the steps. It was an old house.
The stairs creaking. It's like
Yeah,
here they come.
here they come.
Yeah. Um Jasmine Xander said, "What is your favorite convention you have attended?"
Wow. Well, for me, the most memorable, of course, was my first,
Yeah.
because it was all new. It was so new. So
Hmm.
that one is definitely a big one. The UK was amazing because it was so
Yeah.
different,
Yeah.
uh, and just yeah, just crazy. And of course, everybody had accents, so it had its own
Yeah.
a thrill to it.
Yeah.
And wow, Chicago was an amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chicago was an amazing one. It was extremely well run, very
Yeah.
organized. I felt very safe. They were very good about making
Hmm.
sure that only people that should be in there were in there, and not all cons are that way. So it was just nice to feel safe. Uh,
Yeah.
and I met amazing people, and that was the first time I got to see the station wagon from
Wow.
Halloween, and I got to sit in it and sign it and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was a really cool one too.
So, okay, with the conventions and everything, when you see like fans and supporters approach you to get stuff signed or take a photo, are you nervous also, or it's like nah, when you meet supporters,
No, I'm not nervous. I love it.
that's
Yeah,
super cool.
just so happy to see them, and I'm to visit with me and hear their stories about how and why they love Halloween and what happened that made that connection. And the stories are all really different and special.
Yeah,
So no, I'm not nervous. I'm just excited to see them.
that's super cool. That's super cool. Um, Magic said, "Much love from Norway, Sandy. Thank you for being so kind and down to earth to us fans. You are very much appreciated. Halloween 1978 is my all-time favorite movie." Yeah,
Well, thank you, and what a beautiful place you live in.
definitely
Amazing.
Norway.
Norway's gorgeous. So
Yes,
thank you for watching, and thanks for being a fan. I appreciate it.
definitely, man. Just like I said, Halloween 78 has impacted so many people's lives. For it to be a horror movie, it is crazy how many people it brings together, you know. And then the film is still keeping its freaking head above water. And then years later, when you look at Halloween, 78, it's just like kind of like, I'm not going to say it's basic, but it's not over the top. It's just like straight to the point. It has a slow burn and everything, which I've heard something, we all hear things as Halloween fans. I've heard before John Carpenter put the score in 78, they actually judged the movie as not too great when they first seen it. That's true also?
Yeah, the
Wow.
first reviews from the film were not very good, but when the fans started talking
Yeah,
about it, reporting on it, that changed. So you went from the normal movie,
yeah,
reporters that give them ratings or whatever, they didn't care much for it, but the fans loved it. So
yeah,
it was fans that drove it to become up to get more showings where people said, no, bring it to our theater, bring it to our theater. So it was the fans that really helped promote it.
So first off, hey Kirsten, but so do you remember like the hype when it first hit the theaters, like just out in the world when Halloween, came out? Do you remember everything? Like just the hype around it? Or was it not too much hype? It was just a film that was out there.
Yeah, it was just another film that got released. It was a while, I think, before it really started to pick up steam. And by then I had already moved on to other films and then actually left California.
Wow, that is crazy. That is crazy. So, Adam said, once you wrapped filming, did you take any props from the set?
No, I didn't. I wish I had. And when I do my new film, I'm going to ask for props.
Yeah, I know that's right. Give me a prop. Not like like Halloween. You got you had the brush and everything. I always wonder what they did with those type things once the set is closed down and they wrap up.
Yeah, what I wouldn't give for that, having the original brush. You know what's interesting about the clothes, though? They told us recently, I had learned that we had all worn our own clothes. Okay.
Yeah.
So I kept looking at that and trying to remember those clothes. They just didn't seem like my clothes.
Yeah.
I was talking with Nancy Loomis and I said, I don't remember those clothes. And she said, you know why? Because they were my clothes.
What?
I actually wore her clothes.
Oh, that is crazy.
I know. So isn't that funny? It had been so long, I didn't even remember that they were her clothes that I was wearing. That's why they didn't. That's why when I looked at them now, I thought, I don't remember those clothes as being mine. Well, they weren't.
Wow, that is crazy. The things you hear, with filming and everything. DJ said, hey, Sandy, what was your favorite scene in 78 2018? Kills and Ends.
Ooh, my very favorite scene in 78 is probably where the boyfriend gets nailed to the wall.
Oh, yeah. Gotta love
that
that.
one is memorable. 2018, I think my favorite scene is in the courtyard when they hold up Michael's mask. And everybody out there just goes nuts. All the people that are there just goes nuts. That one totally freaks me out.
Yeah.
The others,
It's kind of hard, Ari.
Yeah, kind of hard. I think that's one of my problems with the other films is that I have a hard time picking out something that the others, I can think of several things that just nailed me. Yeah. The others, I just don't. The one that has the fireman, that's Ends. No, that's Kills, right? In the very beginning with the fireman, or is that Ends?
That's Kills.
Kills. Okay. I like that scene.
Yeah,
that's
same.
Amazing. Whenever the fireman, James Jude starts picking him up and doing that whole thing. That was the best part of the film for me right there. The very beginning.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And I know it's hard to pick one from Ends because that, it's just it's a film of its own. So I definitely see why it's kind of hard to pick from that. Josiah said, Sandy, when you played this role, did you ever think this would become one of the most iconic characters ever?
No, I had no idea. No idea at all that there would be even a Halloween 2. You know? If we just wanted this one to work and get it out in the theaters and hopefully people would like it and go see it. And I never dreamed that it would go time after time after time and become an international favorite. Yeah.
It's crazy like how, a film from 78 now in 2023 is just like so highlighted, and it's like bringing fans together and, everyone who loves this film and helping, people just continue loving this franchise. It's crazy. all the way from 1978. It's not too many horror films, in my opinion, that are franchises that can do that. To be honest, it's like crazy.
Yeah, I agree. The Halloween fandom is my favorite. I love them.
Yeah, man, us Halloween fans, we're super passionate about these things. You guys got a few more questions for Sandy, and I'm going to have to let her go here soon. But one thing I want to ask also is if you could play any character in the Halloween franchise besides Judith, who would you want to play, and what role would you want to go for?
Well, that would be the granddaughter.
Oh, the granddaughter, Allison. I did ask you that. So, okay. When it comes to horror films, Jalissa's asking, what are your go-tos during October and the fall season? I know Halloween, of course, is one of them. But
Well, last year we watched Halloween, of course.
mm-hmm.
Halloween 2. We watched Halloween 3. We watched The Shining.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, and we watched Bloody Valentine.
Oh, yeah, Bloody Valentine is good. So those are great picks. That's something I will watch on the Halloween season. And speaking of the Halloween season, on Halloween night, you being Judith Myers, I know it's probably just, some people don't even celebrate Halloween, but what do you do on Halloween night?
I am usually at a convention on Halloween.
Wow. Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm usually not home.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm not home much from this year. It starts pretty much around the beginning of September, and I don't see much of myself until November.
Wow. But I bet it's fun, though, just, being around so many supporters on Halloween, based off the top. Yeah, that would be crazy. Russell saying, I got to ask this. Do you think they should have introduced Corey Cunningham earlier in the franchise, Sandy?
Yeah, I think so. I think it just, like I said, at the end, it kind of gets jumbled to me.
Yeah.
Let's throw this in or let's throw that in. And so, yeah. Probably so.
Yeah, I always said with the trilogy with the Corey character, it would have worked if they would have made Corey Allison's boyfriend instead of Cameron. We kind of found him in 2018, and then we kind of almost get a Scream reveal, oh, he's been converted over to Michael. Personally, with me, though, just to be honest, I always said this, the transferring of evil with Michael Myers, I feel like this, Sandy. I feel like, how many people that man has choked, up close and looked at them, Bob, and, how many people he just looked at and no evil was transferred, none.
Right.
But soon as he catches this kid, this random kid that's going through things, it's automatically swap or whatever you want to call it. I just did not understand that personally.
Right.
He choked a lot of people up close. So, yeah. But it's been literally, this right here has been so amazing, Sandy. I'm gonna be honest. I don't get nervous, but when I first brought you on, I was super nervous, real. And I've met you before. It's crazy, but I kind of had a one-on-one with you. So yeah, I was nervous, but you're so amazing and so cool. You kind of helped me get out of it, and I appreciate you so much for coming on here, talking to me and my supporters, because they were so excited for this, and we really appreciate you. We're honored to have you be a part of this stream. So.
Well, thank you. Well, if they don't follow me already, have them go to the Real Sandy Johnson on Facebook or Unicorn Sandy J on Instagram or my website, unicornsandyj.com. And I have, at some point, I will have your podcast added to the other list of podcasts that are there. Just send me the link and I will add it there. And they can see the hairbrushes and all kinds of things on there, especially. I won't be able to take those things to conventions, so they will need to get them online if they're so inclined.
Definitely, you guys. I recommend you guys to get the brush and the Michael, the Kia Michael mask, 'cause I'm definitely going to get one. Those are super cool. And you guys, I will put the link in the chat and everything. And once again, Sandy, I appreciate it. And I wish you the best of luck on all your projects you have coming. I cannot wait to, possibly meet you again in South Pasadena, and it really is truly an honor to have you on here. I'm still like in disbelief right now. So
Well, I'm so happy you invited me. It was very nice to meet you again,
definitely.
and to visit with your supporters that watch your podcast. And so hopefully I will see you again this year.
Definitely. I appreciate it. And you have a great rest of your night, Sandy. And I'll send you that link once I end off the stream and everything. And I appreciate it.
Awesome. All right. Well, you and everyone else out there have a wonderful evening.
You too, Sandy. Thanks again. Appreciate you.
Of course. Bye.
Bye. So you guys, we did it. We did it, man. Look, let me tell you guys something. Let me tell you all something. Listen to me. Well, give me a couple minutes. Look, history was just, and I respect, that's why I try not to, curse. I try not to curse because, I respect, Sandy and everything, but I'm about to drop the F-bomb right now. Holy fucking shit. Look, this is me right now. This is me. This is me. No filter, no nothing, bro. I was so fucking nervous, bro. Do you hear me? I was fucking nervous. Do you guys know who I was just talking to? Let me vent to you guys for a couple of minutes. Bro, I was just fucking talking to Judith Myers. Judith fucking Myers. Sandy Johnson for a whole fucking hour. We could have, bro. I had look at this, guys. I had so many fucking questions. I said fuck the questions, and I just kind of was like, you know what? I'm gonna branch off and just ask what comes to mind because the fan in me came out. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously, bro. I had so many fucking questions to ask Sandy. I had so many, but I didn't want to. We don't always want to fan out, you guys, but it was like, holy shit, I just started fanning out. And, bro, let me tell you guys something. If you wanted to know, like, a glimpse of, if you guys like, Brandon was lying with the Millie Bobby Brown shit, that shit just happened again. It happened again. If you go back and look at this video, bro, in the beginning, the Millie Bobby Brown shit happened again, bro. I cannot keep doing this. You guys don't understand when... Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny. That's what I'm saying, usually people in the pop telling you guys the real. I'm telling you guys the real, man. Like, I was nervous. I would be lying to you all if I told you I wasn't nervous. Shit, but seriously, man, Sandy Johnson is amazing, bro. Like, that's why I had to tell her. It even took out of me to tell her that I was nervous. Because it's like, bro, it's hard, when you're a diehard Halloween fan like this, and you'll never think when you're so young watching, this actress on television, and it's my favorite horror film of all time, bro. Like, so it was just like, so, like behind the scenes, I don't know if you guys know how it works with StreamYard and stuff like that, but I actually was talking to Sandy before we went live, and man, just seeing her pop up on a little square behind the scenes was crazy, bro. Like, and I try to get to everyone's, comment. I'm sorry if I didn't, but yeah, you guys, man, it was crazy. Like, you guys definitely asked a lot of great questions, though. Seriously, I'm so proud of you guys for kind of jumping in, man, and asking questions because I don't just do this for me, man. I seriously don't. Because I know the reason I do things like this and I'm starting to do things like this is because I see so many of you guys, I swear, so many of you all say, Brandon, I want to go to a horror convention. I want to meet such and such. I would love to do this. I would love to do this. So if you guys wonder why I started doing like interviews and things like that, and it's so crazy that Judith Myers was Michael's first victim, and she's welcome to Haddonfield's first freaking guest. And I'm not gonna say like I'm gonna keep shit in order because that's impossible. You know, our next guest is from Halloween Ends, but can't wait for that also. But you know, to kind of just talk about that, it's amazing. And I do that for you guys, so you know you don't have to go to a convention. I might can't get the biggest names or nothing like that, but this is a start. You know, I feel like this is a start, and you guys get to ask questions for free. You know, for free, unless it's kind of jumbled up in the chat. This is more for both of us, my end and your end, guys, and you guys killed it in the chat. Shout out to my moderators. You guys are amazing. Shout out to the ones who asked the questions. I tried my best to pull them up for you guys. What's up, Asylum? Let me see who's in the chat. A lot of you guys are here, man. I appreciate it. But look, let me tell you guys something. It's not over yet. It is not over yet. We have Michelle Dawson coming on next, you guys. We have Michelle Dawson coming on next. And like I said, you guys, Michelle is so ready to come on and just, talk some Halloween Ends. And she told you guys to watch Halloween Ends actually before the stream. So you guys better get that Halloween Ends queued up for Michelle, because you want to come in with a fresh, brain and ask her questions. And I'm going to do what I told Sandy I would do and drop her link. I'm going to pin it for you guys. I'm going to pin Sandy's link in the chat. Why is it? Okay. Hold up. All right, so I pinned it. So if you guys, once again, definitely, man, I think I'm seriously going to get that fucking brush. Like, that is crazy. So she has a brush signed with the blood splatter, which is cool. And she has the mask also, the Kid Myers mask signed. And you guys check it out, man. She got some autographs over there. And I got an autograph from Sandy. I met her before. And she's amazing, man. I thought I was going to be, cool. I mean, I was, in the middle once we kind of started the questions rolling, but I've met her before, man, That's just the Halloween fan in me. It was crazy. You guys are amazing. Thank you for coming, Sandy. Yeah, man, I didn't want to keep her long. I know she's very busy person. It's just amazing that, she just came on, bro. It is amazing. Jason said, thank you, Brandon, for such a wonderful live stream. Thank you, Sandy, for visiting with us. It was such an honor. Good evening, everyone. A happy Friday. Thank you as well to the mods. Yes, Jason, the mods, man. I appreciate you guys. Each and every one of you all. Adam said, thanks for coming on the stream. Congratulations. Yes, Kirsten. Thank you. I appreciate it. And Xander, man, you rock, bro. Sandy knew who you were, Xander. And yeah, you're amazing, man. If you guys don't know Xander, man, he is an amazing supporter of the channel. Like, he's an amazing supporter. He's a diehard Halloween fan. Every time I see him at conventions, he come up to me with so much courage to show love, man. And Xander, I want to say, bro, I really appreciate you. Seriously, man. And that speaks volumes. That Sandy Johnson knows who you are, man. That speaks volumes. So tonight, you should sleep well, Xander. You should sleep very well tonight. Judith Myers. I didn't even have to look, bro. Listen to me, Xander. I want to say this to you. I'm not saying you're the only Xander in the world, but for her, from when I said Xander is such a cool guy, he's an amazing supporter, and her knowing you off that, and kind of like, yeah, I know Xander. I'm like, bro, I was kind of blown off that. I'm like, that is crazy. You should feel great, man. Million said that was gangsta. Kim said, so awesome. I'm happy you enjoyed that, Kim. Toby says, for real, man. Yeah, I was gone, man. We're a family for sure, man. That's what family do, man. Family doesn't lie. And I feel like the formula to me, and I was thinking about this earlier, I feel like the formula and people, and why the channel is growing how it is because of what Sounded said, man. Like, we are a family. I don't look at you guys like, supporters or nothing like that. I mean, you guys do support the hell out of me, but I feel like the goal with me is, the friends that's connected to my channel, and I think us being as close as we are behind the scenes and in the chat, on the streams, is what makes this thing we have going so strong. Jason, I'm so happy for you, Brandon. I'm so glad you got to be a part of the History Making live stream. I've got to, be a part of the History Making live stream. I'm so proud of you. Enjoy and embrace all the fields, my dear friend. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate it. That right there is crazy. That right there is crazy. Adam said Judith Myers and 11 in the same week. The sky's the limit, Brandon. Yes, man, the sky's the limit. And what's saying that, I'm going to just say this, Adam. I am talking to someone from Stranger Things right now. I am talking to someone from Stranger Things right now. We're going to really be running up that hill. I'm talking to someone right now. Seriously, though, that's a goal, man. Stranger Things is my favorite franchise. And Halloween is, not franchise, my favorite TV series. Halloween is my favorite franchise. So I'm trying to, man, for real. I knew it. Yeah, I was nervous, bro. Real man admitted, bro, I was nervous. You talked to the one and only Judith Myers, Michael's real sister. So yeah, man, that's Michael Myers' sister. Holy shit! Well, you turn on the switch. You gotta know how to turn that switch on. You gotta know how to be respectful, man. Like, I don't know when to kind of lower the switch. I just don't want to, that's, Sandy, she's a very sweet lady, man. She's super nice and cool, and you know how we can get on a channel, bro. It's party time all the time on the fucking channel, it's crazy. So I'm like, nah, but I'm not gonna lie though, DJ, I was really like sunken in the moment, to be honest. I was literally like, I'm not saying I was blocking things out, but I was more of just like locked in, if that makes sense. Yes, Kirsten, both in the same week. Yeah, Josiah. Cecil said you didn't get to my comments. So Cecil, man, I'm so sorry, but that's why I said the super chat was an option. It was a lot of you guys in here. I tried to get to as many comments as I could. Seriously, I tried. And I also tried to kind of alternate and talk to Sandy and keep her entertained and give you guys some entertainment in the chat. It's very hard, man. I apologize. But Cecil, I got another guest coming on, Michelle Dawson. Do me a favor. If you have a question for Michelle Dawson to make this easier, if you have a question for Michelle Dawson, Sounded Scary actually is very smart. Sounded Scary is very smart. I'm going to say that, Cal, you're smart. He dropped his question in early, so he was the first question that was on there, Sounded. You got to drop your, like that. If you want to really have a question for him, definitely drop the, so I can try at least. It is very hard, man. Like, the chat was so cluttered. I apologize. DJ said I would have been nervous. Too, this stream is legendary. Man, you understand, DJ. You understand. I've been there. It's amazing. Me and icons. And look, let me tell you something. What's so crazy? Once again, I met Sandy in person, bro. I've met her in person and everything. And I don't know why, to be honest, that it was like that. I feel like it's kind of more crazier talking to him in an interview. Like, let me show you guys. Like, I think it's kind of crazier when you kind of talk to him in an interview over just meeting him in person. Well, I remember talking to her in person also. Let me see. One sec, guys. That was just so crazy, man. Like, look, guys. This was when I met Sandy. I forgot to show her. This was when I met her, bro. And like, I got to actually meet her in person, so it was like, why am I tripping like this, bro? What the hell? What an amazing accomplishment. Brandon, this was a wonderful stream. So yeah, you guys gotta think that was my first interview. I had to learn, like I get it now. You gotta kind of know how to alternate the chat also, but still keeping the guests entertained because you don't want to waste their time. What an amazing accomplishment. Okay, I was making sure. If I ever met Jenna Ortega, Sadie Sink, or Emma Roberts, I would have a heart attack. Bro, I would love to meet Jenna Ortega. Definitely, Kirsten. Hey, you guys, all I'm going to say is we got more guests coming. I promise you. I promise you, we have more guests coming. Thanks, Chicago. Thank you for giving the experience for sure, man. We got more experiences to come, man. This was awesome, Brand. We really appreciate all that you do for us by getting these people to do a stream with us. Definitely, man. And it's not the end. I have more coming, you guys, in the works. I just don't want to pack it all up in 1 month. But seriously, I've been talking to some people trying to get these dates and stuff going on. And I don't just have interviews lined up. So I got some filming locations too, man. Those are actually cool, being where they filmed our favorite films, bro. So it'll be crazy. We will rewatch. Definitely, Kirsten. Gotta rewatch it. It was crazy, Abram. Appreciate it, DJ. Hey, DJ, I forgot to tell you. Look, DJ. So when I played I promise you, bro. I promise you. When I played the intro, Sandy was digging those beats, bro. I swear. Listen to me. Sandy was digging that the instrumental, bro. I swear. Yeah, DJ, I forgot to tell you that. So when you were behind on StreamYard, you can see like the guests when you pull them behind stage. And I pulled up the intro, and yeah, she was definitely digging those beats. I really hope one day we can speak with Ron Campbell. Who's to say we might? We never know. We never know. Just like anything's possible. I want the mask so much. You talking about the Kid Myers mask, and I saw Xander that you had dressed up like Kid Myers before. It was super cool. Brooke says, "Awesome, B. This was great. Thanks for doing this." Definitely, Brooke. Definitely. We appreciate all you do. Continue to do for the channel. Definitely, man. Definitely, Xander, man. This is Xander, Melissa. His name is just different. Definitely, man. You should feel good, bro. Seriously. This made my day. Definitely, man, Chicago. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, man. This was fun. This was fun. Next, we got Michelle Dawson. We got Joey. Then we got freaking Max, bro, the guy who played Ghostface. This is going to be crazy. We got a Ghostface. We got a Scream 6 event coming. Sounded said, we all appreciate what you do. Continue to do for your channel. Love you, brother. Gotta love my guy. Sounded. Appreciate it. You did a great, fantastic interview. Thanks, Jamie. I have to admit, I was, it was cool though. It was a great experience. Mark said, "Hey guys, what's up, Mark?" DJ said, "Nah, I get it, man. The same way, not meet celebrities, I'd be starstruck." Yeah, bro. And what's crazy is like I've met so many celebrities, in person, and I'll get a little like timid, or not timid, just like tight. But bro, this is my first interview. I talk to people in person, tell them about the channel. It's different. I don't know how to explain it, bro. You're literally in charge. That's the thing. You gotta know how to maneuver in questions, if that makes sense. You can't keep asking the same thing, bro. You gotta, I was so excited though. Look, I want to say one thing about Sandy, bro. The way she answered questions definitely puts a picture in your head, for sure. And I'm pretty sure everyone can't do that. Because I've had conversations with people that weren't, celebrities, and you ask them a question. It's like I was sitting here just really picturing things. Like when she told me about picking up, like when I told her, was that true about the picking up the leaves thing? When she told me that, blown me away, because, some Halloween fans can go over, like, we heard this, we heard that. So we got it confirmed here, you guys. I don't know if anyone else, because she's did multiple interviews. I don't know if anyone else has done, we asked her those questions about the leaves and the blood pellets and stuff like that. That was crazy. to know that whole thing. And her saying that, that whole shot was one take. I mean, I kind of figured, but Hollywood, they kind of crop a lot of things. So I'm like, bro, to think that was out of the whole interview, I'm about to kind of wrap up here, you guys, and get to a few more comments. But that when she told me, I really was blown, bro. Like that whole scene when Deborah Hill gets the knife out, that's all one shot. So she was upstairs, downstairs, just waiting for this whole thing, So when you see her kissing and everything, and her boyfriend on the couch, bro, that was all one shot. It wasn't no breaks in that, bro. And I'm gonna tell you guys the truth. I was so into the freaking stream, I really forgot to pull up. I pulled up a few pictures. I was just, man. Jamie said, some people have no idea how hard it is to keep up with the chat on StreamYard. It jumps around. Yes, that's another thing. StreamYard jumps. If it did jump, I don't remember it jumping. But it does jump. Thanks for saying that, Jamie. It does jump sometimes. Sometimes you don't notice when you got your eyes on the screen. Brooke said, Jamie. Yes, Jamie actually does have a channel, Jamie. Go for it. Drop that link. Jamie's amazing. KL said, oh, this is Kaylee. Fuck. Kaylee said, I came in late. I'm going to have to rewind it after the stream. I saw the end. That is very cool. Definitely, Kaylee. It is okay. Definitely rewatch. It was a cool stream. She answered a lot of questions. Like a lot. She was on it. He was amazing. Next, Nick Castle. Shall see. I'm telling you guys, bro, we're going to have some fun, man. Adam said, if we were the Losers Club, you are our Bill brand and keep the horror family strong. Look, Losers Club, bro. I am the leader of the Losers Club. Seriously, though, that's a great way to put it, man. We're in our own little Losers Club, man. This is our hangout. But, man, seriously, like, I don't know, man. Just, being a Halloween fan and having this go on for me and you guys is crazy. And let me tell you what makes it even more special, though. Like, seriously, my first interview on my channel was Judith Myers. Halloween is my favorite. You see how things come full circle? Halloween is my favorite horror franchise. 78 is my favorite horror film. Welcome to Haddonfield Podcast. Our first guest was the Judith Myers, Michael Myers' sister. And it's crazy, man. It's crazy when you sit there and think about it like that. And she did a great job at, answering those questions, because some of those questions, man, the way she answered them and very, it was very detailed. It wasn't like, oh, that's cool, man. And she's so great, you guys. I swear. I hope that you guys get to meet her. Seriously. She said, she does a lot of conventions. And the thing down south with the Halloween house is very cool. She gets to watch it with the fan. That speaks volumes, bro. She's watching 78 with the supporters, man. That would be crazy. Picture that. We did a watch party with Sandy Johnson, Halloween. That's right, Xander. Halloween is one of the best films. B, do you get nervous when you make a YouTube video? I mean, no, because, everything, okay, your first time doing anything that's like, I don't know, it's going to be different, something you're not used to, so you're going to be nervous until you break that ice. I'm the type of person, once I break the ice, it's, but yeah, it was, when I was doing YouTube, when I first started Chicago, it was more of like when I did filming locations. I remember when I did the Halloween 2018 filming locations, I was filming in a restaurant with Andy Matichek and Laurie Strode, and they were eating. It was people eating. I had the camera outside, and people were looking like, damn, he has a whole camera. What the hell is he? A news reporter or something? But it's kind of weird when you got people looking at you when you're like, hey, what's up? I like scary. We're back. Da 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 da. Right? And you got people looking at you. And you're trying to say what you're saying, and But I've learned how to master that. This is what I want. This is what I want to be. This is my job, being a content creator. So you gotta get used to it. Thanks, Aaron, man. You did a phenomenal job keeping your composure, keeping the momentum. Yeah, it was, bro. It was because I had so many questions, bro. It's Judith Myers. You know what I'm saying? With so many questions. And like I just showed you guys, I had a whole list for her. I could not get to all those questions. You know, she's a teacher and everything. That is crazy. I want to get into so many more, but like I said, I'm pretty sure I can get Sandy back on the channel in the future. But right now, as of now, it's just amazing that she did come on because she's a very busy person. If you follow her on social media, you'll see she's very busy. Kirsten said, I hope I get to meet her at. Yes, definitely. I swear, Kirsten, you and Larry should meet her. You should meet her because she's so sweet. She's so sweet, bro. She just gives you the feeling that you know her. Like you've met her before. You know, and I think more of me more of me being nervous was the fan in me. It wasn't me as a person, you know. It's the fan. Like just asking her questions about your favorite things that happen in the franchises makes you nervous, man. Like, cause you don't want to get disappointed with an answer and stuff like that. But she made me so happy, man. Just made me feel good to be a Halloween fan, bro. Kim said Sandy was so cool, B. She has a great personality, and I bet she made you feel more relaxed. Yes, bro, seriously. That's why I had to tell her that. And I know that definitely made her feel great because it was like, bro, you know, some people like, I wasn't nervous. Look, that's one thing with me, you guys. Everything I tell you, I'm 100% honest. I'm 100% truthful. And I was nervous when I first, got probably the first 5-10 minutes. I was nervous as hell. But once we kind of like, around that question I asked her about like memories on set of 78, it was, it was me more of thinking of the next question, because I had more questions. If you kind of heard me kind of stutter up or something, but I wasn't nervous the whole stream. Random Mike from Stranger Things. I wish, man. But yeah, you guys, unfortunately, this is the end of the stream. I got to end off here. But I seriously appreciate you guys rocking out for episode 14 of Welcome to Haddonfield. I really do hope you guys enjoyed everything. We had Miss Sandy Johnson on, and it was crazy. It was amazing, man. It was really amazing just having her on the stream, talking to us, and you guys, it all started here, man. It all started here, and I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it. But look, this is not the end. Don't get sad or anything. We got more coming. Look, we have Michelle Dawson from Halloween Ends. We have Margot. Ooh, this is gonna be a good one right here, man. Holy shit! Do I have questions for these two right here? Man, do I have questions for these two right here? Because I'm gonna tell you something. When Michael got his hands on these two, hey y'all, get them questions ready. Seriously, get those questions ready for those. Kirsten said, "Thank you so much, me." Thank you, Kirsten. Seriously, thank you for being an amazing friend, amazing mod, amazing, just everything with the channel. I appreciate it, and you're welcome. I really appreciate it. Xander says, "See you on the next one, Brandon." See you, Xander. Have a great night, man. Get you a good night's sleep after what happened to you tonight. Kim said, "Good night, everyone." Brandon, very awesome streamer. I can't wait to see you all next time. Definitely, Kim. Good night. Get some rest, Kim. And I'm happy you enjoyed it. Adam said, "Incredible stream, Brandon. See y'all later." I will see you later, Adam. Appreciate you rocking out. DJ said, "I can't wait to talk to the girl in yellow coat." I have so many questions for Joy Harris, bro. And she's great. Joy Harris is super cool. I talked to her, behind the scenes and everything. She's ready for the stream too, man. I can't wait. Michelle Dawson. Yeah, Michelle Dawson is cool. Can't wait. Aaron said, "I started a channel back in 2012. Should have continued, but I didn't. The channel still is up and got posted." I tell you what, you pick that channel back up and you keep pushing, Aaron, bro. You keep pushing, man. You won't know until you start back, bro. Keep pushing. Good night, Jamie. And if I don't see you, I know your birthday is coming up. Happy birthday, Jamie. If I don't hear, see you in a chat or anything, yeah. So happy birthday, Jamie. Happy early birthday from ILIKESCARY. You're an amazing friend of the channel, and we appreciate you a lot. We appreciate you a lot, Jamie. And yeah, you guys. Unfortunately, this is the end of the stream. I might go watch some Halloween 78 after this amazing stream. And I really appreciate you guys and love you all. I want you all to stay scary out there. Watch some horror movies. Peace out. Till next time, guys.
I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face, the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes.